Hi students, hope you're doing well. We are doing well here. I just wanted to take this opportunity to walk you through this week and what you need to do and what you need to read and all that good stuff. So follow along with me. I promise to make this short. We are going to be talking about violence against women. This is something that's really, really important to talk about, even during a pandemic. It'd be interesting to see what kinds of effects the pandemic has if we look at it with a gendered lens. Is it hitting women harder? Is domestic violence increasing because everybody's kind of stuck at home? These are things we won't be able to find out until much later, I'm afraid. Anyway, to go along with that, I just want to remind you, it is serious subject matter. There is violence, there is sexual content, because it's very hard to talk about women's history, women's social justice, without talking about sexual violence against them. If at any point anything in this week's work gets to be too much for you emotionally, mentally, please let me know and I'll find you an alternative assessment as we have discussed before. So for this week, in step 1, you have 2 options. You may choose to do option 1, which is exploring violence against teenage, high school, and college women. Or you can choose to go more global and learn about child marriage. Each are valid, each both affect women in a way that is discriminatory. So if you choose to do option 1, you must read the Stanford rape victim's letter to her attacker. As we all know, that woman is Chanel Miller, and she has come out with a memoir of sorts, or an autobiography. But this letter was written before we knew all of that, kind of right after the attack happened, and she was able to read this letter to Brock Turner. So it's really, really powerful. It is very hard to read in some places. So proceed with caution, proceed with a heavy heart, but let me know. I can always find something alternative for you to read. The second thing you need to do if you are doing this option 1, is to watch the Netflix documentary Audrey and Daisy. Again, I put a warning here that it is clearly about sexual violence, rape, and it also has some mention of suicide. So again, proceed knowing that's part of it. If you decide to do option 2 on child marriage, this website, what is the website called? Plan International, has a really great overview of the kind of problem it is, the magnitude of the problem that it is globally. And so, what is child marriage? It explains what it is, and it gives you some statistics and all those things you need to know. And then secondly, there is a TED Talk that you must watch. It is this TED Talk right here. Memory Banda's life took a divergent path from her sister's. Her sister was forced into a marriage at a very young age, and so Memory decided that was not going to be what happens to her. So it's a triumphant story, and it's under 15 minutes, this TED Talk. So you are welcome to do both if you have the time and the willpower, but you are only responsible for doing option 1 or option 2. Now, thirdly, this is something I would really like everyone to participate in if you can. Everyone should listen to this podcast, The Woman Defending Harvey Weinstein. It's an interview, and simply by pressing here, you can access both the transcript and the podcasts. So we've all been encouraged to go out and get fresh air. Take this podcast with you to listen to as you take a 30-minute walk, run, soak in of the sun, whatever. I also included this article here by the Chicago Tribune. It has a timeline of events of the Me Too movement if you want to become more familiar with the Me Too movement, or if you just want to see a timeline. Lastly, these are the activities that are going to go along with it. So I've included it right here on this page. It is a sit activity, which we've done in class. It's a Dropbox assignment. So you would do something that surprised you, interested you, terrified you, or was troublesome to you. For each letter, so for each letter meaning S-I-T, write 7 to 10 sentences. So a paragraph for each S, for I, for T. It's due April 1st, no fooling. And you can write it on either sexual violence against teenagers, teenage women and girls, or you can write it on child marriage. You do not have to write it on both. Lastly, the discussion post is here. It has a little snippet that, an exchange of words between the journalist and Harvey Weinstein's lawyer, Donna Rotuno. After you listen to the podcast, reread this, and then what do you make of this conversation? Contribute here to the discussion. Okay, I don't remember when the discussion is due. Did I write when it is due? I did not. I believe it is due after we meet, because on Friday, April 3rd, I would like to meet with you all to discuss the readings and the podcast. So mark your calendars. I'll send you a Google invitation to meet with me on Google Meet for Friday. All right, this was longer than I wanted it to be. Sorry. But I don't know. I think it helps to walk you through it. So take care. Good luck with the work. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday, April 3rd, during our regular class time. Bye-bye.